You can always tell when God is about to turn your life upside down because the atmosphere around you begins to shift in ways that cannot be explained by chance. And if you are discerning, you will recognize the signs that He is quietly preparing you for something far greater than what you see right now. Because nothing in the kingdom is wasted, and every season carries a hidden purpose, even when it feels painful or confusing. The first sign is the unsettling restlessness that comes over your spirit, that sense that where you are no longer fits, as though your soul has outgrown the very environment you once felt comfortable in, and this is not rebellion or discontent. It is God stretching you beyond your current assignment. The way He stirred Abram in Genesis 12 to leave everything familiar for a land he did not know, and you begin to feel that whisper saying, there must be more. The second sign is that doors you once walked through with ease suddenly close without warning. Opportunities dry up, and relationships that once made sense now feel forced. And while in the natural it seems like loss, in the spiritual it is divine protection because God is redirecting your steps towards something bigger. Just as Proverbs 16 verse 9 reminds us that while we plan our ways, it is the Lord who establishes our steps. The third sign is a sudden intensification of spiritual warfare. When you wonder why temptations you thought you conquered are resurfacing, why opposition feels stronger than ever, why even your sleep is disturbed by battles unseen. But the truth is that the enemy always attacks hardest when you're on the edge of breakthrough, because he senses the threat of your next season. And God allows this pressure to sharpen your discernment and teach your hands to war, like David declared in Psalm 144:1. The fourth sign is the stripping away of people you thought were permanent, and it feels like betrayal. It feels like abandonment. Yet God is secretly protecting your destiny from those who cannot go where you are going, reminding you of Jesus in John 6 verse 66, when many of His disciples turned back. Because not everyone is assigned to your future, and the pruning, though painful, is always for fruitfulness. The fifth sign is the increase of divine confirmations. You keep hearing the same word through sermons, strangers, scripture, even in your dreams, and the patterns are too precise to be coincidence. It is God's way of saying, pay attention, I am speaking. Just as He confirmed His word to Gideon with signs in Judges 6. And your spirit knows these whispers are preparing you for a shift you cannot deny. The sixth sign is an unusual hunger for holiness and intimacy with God, a pull to separate yourself from distractions, entertainment, and even voices that once satisfied you. Because the Spirit is drawing you into deeper consecration, reminding you that before Jesus stepped into His public ministry, He was led into the wilderness for 40 days. And in the same way, your hidden preparation becomes a fuel for the assignment ahead. And the seventh sign is the birth of holy frustration, a righteous discomfort that pushes you toward change, because what once excited you now feels empty, and you sense the Spirit urging you to step out of the boat like Peter in Matthew 14, to risk the storm in order to walk on water. Because obedience always requires faith, and God will never shift you without calling you higher. If you are experiencing these signs, do not despise them. For Romans 8 verse 28 declares that all things work together for good of those who love Him. And though it may feel like shaking, it is really shaping, stripping you of what no longer serve your purpose and positioning you for fulfillment of promises you cannot yet see. So let this be your confirmation. The disruption in your life is not the end. It is a hidden beginning of something far greater, and your response in this season will determine whether you remain stuck in familiar or step boldly into the destiny God has already written for you before the foundation of the world.